I want to encourage all leaders, experts, farmers and growers across the primary sector to engage with the findings of our environment, Tātou, Taiao 2025, and really get a feel for the natural capital data shaping our sector over the coming years. Just as we focus on key financial and market data driving the trajectory of our businesses, we also need to be paying greater attention to the data and metrics indicating the health of nature, our greatest asset here in Aotearoa.
A report like this is really valuable. The more we understand about our changing environment, our impacts, and what we need to do to protect it, the better we can plan and work together to make the right decisions.
Hey, looking forward to seeing the report, our environment, Tātou, Taiao. Really important for us because our purpose is very much focused on driving performance, but at the same time being very focused around our environment and sustainability. Farms, the land, water, intrinsically linked to not only financial performance, but also to the performance of what we leave for those future generations.
Aotearoa's natural resources are important for all New Zealanders because they power our businesses, homes and communities.
Our natural environment is part of our national identity. Now it's also foundational to our social and economic well-being.
And I can't overstate how important looking after our natural capital is, not just to our business as a conservation-led company, but to tourism as a whole.
You know, landscape, scenery, wilderness, the environment is hugely important. It is actually the key driver of why people come and visit New Zealand. You know, and given that tourism is our second biggest export earner, it is vitally important.
We have a real big focus on our farm environment plans and how we're adapting to the climate and climate adaptation for the future. And not only does this is setting us up, as I say, for the future, but at the same time, we're seeing the benefit from an economics perspective, the ability to attract premiums from livestock, from dairy.
So if you look at the environment and its form, it's really important to sustain that environment to enable the sustained growth of our economy. If we don't look after our environment, it won't enable us to sustain the output of our growth, which is there ultimately for our current generation and the generations that follow.
As I say, people are really looking for the outdoors when they come to New Zealand predominantly, right? They're looking for landscapes, they're looking for biodiversity, they're looking to come and see our wildlife. So protecting that is going to be crucial, and I think the report shows, you know, that we're making some progress, but we need to do even more.
It's not all rosy, there are definitely some challenges, and so the really important thing is that we understand that and work out what is our role in actually overcoming some of those challenges.
The Environment Aotearoa 2025 report demonstrates that a number of our natural resources really do need our help.
If every business in New Zealand adopts that conservation ethos and looks after our natural capital, then we're certainly going to be a better country for it.
But we can't do that all by ourselves. We're very clearly focused on how do we do this in partnership.
All sectors have a role to play when it comes to protecting our environment for future generations, but the enabling role finance can play puts it in a unique position. We can help reduce the cost for businesses to make these investments, but we can also help find impact investors that are eager to put their money into projects that result in more sustainable land use, cleaner water and greater biodiversity.
So independent environmental reporting, such as today's Our Environment report, helps us bring rigour and clarity to our understanding of the problems. But let's get working on the solutions collaboratively with those closest to the land and put them in the driving seat. Mahi tahi tātou, taha aki tātou. We're stronger when we work together.